Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we are going to pull back the curtain on how computers and apps and pretty much all the tech we use every day actually works. And you know what? You might be surprised to find out it all starts with something that's a lot like a secret recipe.
But before we get into all that, let's just think about something really simple. How do you do, well, anything? How do you make a sandwich? You don't just snap your fingers and have one, right? There's a process. You got to get the bread, then you add the filling, then you put it all together. Every little thing we do is built on a series of steps.
Our daily lives are just packed with these step-by-step processes. To really clean a room, there's a certain logic to it. You dust first, then you wipe the surfaces, and only after that do you clean the floor. If you did it the other way around, you just knock all the dust onto your clean floor and have to start all over again. That specific sequence, that's the key.
And in the world of computers and technology, these super precise sets of steps, well, they have a very special name.
Okay, so let's jump into our first section. What is a recipe? Because, as you're about to see, this is the perfect way to understand how computers actually think.
And that special name is an algorithm. Yep, that's the one. At its heart, an algorithm is really just a set of super clear, organized steps that are designed to solve one particular problem or complete a specific task. It's the fundamental logic behind pretty much any action.
And here's the idea I really want you to hold on to. An algorithm is just like a recipe that you give to a computer. It is a precise, step-by-step guide that tells the computer exactly what to do to get a specific result, whether that's calculating a tough math problem or just showing you a picture of a cat.
And look, algorithms don't have to be super complicated. Just check out this example for adding two numbers. It's a simple four-step recipe, right? You take one number, you take a second number, you add them together, and then you show the final answer. That's it. This is an algorithm in its purest form, and it shows you how even really complex computer operations are built from these basic logical steps.
But we all know that not all recipes are created equal. A good recipe is clear, it's easy to follow, and it works every single time. Well, the same is true for algorithms. So let's take a look at the rules for writing really good instructions for a computer.
So for an algorithm to be really good, it needs 5 key things. Think of it like that perfect recipe. First, it's got to be definite. Every single step has to be crystal clear, no confusing instructions. Second, it needs an input. Those are your ingredients or your data. Third, it has to produce an output. That's your finished dish, the result. Fourth, it has to be finite. It can't be a recipe that just goes on forever. And finally, it has to be effective. Every step has to be something that's actually possible to do.
Okay, so now we have the rules for a good recipe. So let's move on and find out where these computer recipes are hiding in plain sight, in the apps that you and I use every single day.
And here's the amazing thing. You're interacting with dozens, maybe even hundreds of these algorithms every single day, and you probably don't even give it a second thought. So, any guesses where?
Well, here's a big one. Every single time you search for something on Google, you're kicking off this incredibly powerful set of algorithms. Their recipe is to sift through billions of web pages and, in just a fraction of a second, serve you the most relevant results. It is an unbelievably complex, high-speed recipe at work.
Or how about this? Think about your map app. When you ask for directions, these smart algorithms get to work, calculating the absolute best route. They're following a recipe that considers traffic, distance, road closures, all of it, just to solve the problem of getting you from point A to point B as fast as possible.
So, if a single algorithm is a single recipe, what do you think happens when you put a whole bunch of recipes together? Well, you get a cookbook, of course, and that brings us right to our next section.
This is where the whole analogy gets really powerful. An algorithm, that's like one recipe for one specific task. But coding is the art of writing and combining tons of those recipes to create a complete program. Think about your favorite video game. It's not just one recipe, it is an entire cookbook full of them.
And once you have that whole cookbook, that's when you can create some truly incredible things. All those amazing online games, the animations, the movies we watch, they're all built using coding. They are the final results of combining countless algorithms to manage everything from the graphics and sound to the story itself.
Which, leads us to what I think is the most exciting part of all of this. This stuff isn't just something for other people to do. This is something that you can do. You can write the code.
So, how does a coder even think? Well, a great way to picture it is with a maze.
The problem is the maze itself, right? And the goal is to get from the start to the finish. Your solution? That's the specific series of steps, your algorithm, that you create to solve it.
So in this case, your code would be those clear, step-by-step instructions to get through that maze. Move 2 steps up, turn 1 to the left, and so on. Each one of those commands is a simple, effective part of your algorithm. This right here. This is what computational thinking is all about. And the best part is, you don't have to figure all this out by yourself. There are some fantastic resources out there to guide you. Websites like code.org use these fun, interactive puzzles, just like our maze, to teach you the fundamental logic of coding and to help you start creating your own projects.
So we end right back where we started. Algorithms are the recipes, and coding is the art of writing the entire cookbook. The only question left is, now that you know the secret recipe, what amazing thing are you going to create? Thanks so much for joining me today.